it's time to get the glue up going. I'm going to leave the line on there. Just fade it out so it'll tuck under. Okay, helpful hint number 382. Before you start on your final cuts, inspect your ball bearing on your router bit. Make sure it is perfectly clean, and just add a dot of oil to it. One little dot. Work it in a little bit just to make sure nothing happens with that bearing. Sometimes you get glue wrapped around it and it will lock up on you, and then you end up scratching or burning or marring up the Formica edge band you just put on. This is going to be a fast cut. You don't want to go slow. You have to trust the router. You do not want to go slow because you'll end up scratching up the face of your brand new edge band, which is an absolute pet peeve of mine. So we're not going slow. We're making a cut. We're going straight in, straight forward, aggressive, and we'll be done with it. And I forgot my headphones. Hold on. I found them. I was walking right past them. They do make a spray lubricant that you can spray on that face and it will keep it well lubricated, but my top is not glued down yet, so I don't want to risk getting that oil underneath the Formica and then my Formica not sticking with the glue. So I don't want to contaminate, so I'm just going to go fast. Here we go. Just like that, pretty as a peach, nice and flush, no woodgies, no burn marks, and I'll be able to file that edge and make it nice and comfortable so it doesn't snag nobody. Now I just need to set up the straight edge, a couple of clamps, and I can zip off these little ends. The further up you spread your clamps, the stronger the pout as far as keeping a straight edge on there. Alright, let's zip this off and then we'll go to the other end. Just that quick and easy. Alrighty, I got a major vacuum job to do. It's about 9:30 in the evening. I am not spreading that glue out tonight. I'll catch you back in the morning. Well, okay, afternoon. I'm retired. Give me a break. See you in a bit. Everything is fit and ready to go. So the first thing you do is super clean everything, because you don't want a chip stuck underneath the Formica, because it will show and it could cause a crack if something heavy hit it. I'm going to put a stripe of blue tape on the countertop right up against that trim. That way there'll be no contact cement there, and I'll be able to take the piece and get it started under that trim before I have any stickage. If you don't have that trim piece on there, don't do this. So I got me a drip catcher, cardboard drip catcher, and I'm just going to dump it on the counter and smear it all over. I have a disposable brush and a spatula. They make rollers for this, but they didn't have them in stock at the store. Roller's much easier. I have good ventilation. I got a fan in that window and this window open, so we should have some good air moving, because this stuff will stone you. You have good glue coverage around the sink. That's the most important, where you're going to have delamination and leaks. Alright, it is time for the next step. The glue is pretty much dry. This glue in here is just a hair tacky, but I think I can live with it. The one outside is dry, non-tacky. These are, I believe, 3/8 dowels. Half-inch would be better, but they like doubled in price. So 3/8 is what we got. The more you can lay on there, the better. This will allow you to layer Formica up there without contacting cement to cement, and give you a chance to maneuver it before it sticks. Comprende? I want them off that backside a little bit to be able to tilt it down and get it started under that molding. And what you want these close enough so your Formica doesn't sag in the middle and touch in the middle. Usually you can get it back off as long as you don't put pressure on it, so don't get in a panic if it happens. I'm doing this the hard way, but being a one-guy team here, I don't want it to accidentally flop. Usually just leave it rolled up. Alright, a couple of sticks got whacked. Here we go. And I got really lucky, no bird pooped on it while it was outside. Alright, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but I want to start with this end so I can tuck it under that trim. So I'm just moving the stick back out of the way enough to get me to flex underneath there. There it goes. We got it tight to the wall. It's under Feels like the front is flush. If not, in the worst case scenario, it's hanging over 1/8 of an inch. I just have to sand it back, that's all. But the end feels real good. The middle feels pretty good. How's this end? This end, I think, is right on the money. Alright, we're going to stick it. You ready? Just pull one dowel out at a time. Work it back and forth. All in all, turned out pretty decent. This edge is very nice all the way down to the sink, and then somehow or another I must have been forcing it over. Right there it underlaps just a teeny, like a 1/16 of an inch, but I can live with it, and I think I can fix it with a little bit of acrylic. All I do now is cut out for the sink, and I'll do that same tappy with the block of wood to really stick it. Alright, time to cut out for the sinkhole. Just make sure your bearing, your overall height, your bearing will hit the wood underneath the Formica, otherwise you're gonna like screw it all up. Now my little brother, may he rest in peace, used to just take his hammer and bash it through the Formica in the middle of the sink. I've seen Formica cracks take off running. I don't trust it. It must have been a thing with him. So I'm using a drill bit. Just make sure you're in the middle of the sink somewhere. And we'll start over here. Paddle bit of work. Get a little flex like I try to get down a little bit. You have to always remember when you're cutting out for your sinkhole, you have to round your corners. Otherwise, you're going to have a big gap at the corner of your sink. Ask me how I know. Okay, I have to trim off a little bit of Formica in the back because my bearing never made it to the wood because I was hitting that little piece of trim right in front of the sink. Let me go get a razor knife. Alright, I got a brand new blade. Actually, I resharpened it. But use a brand new blade and you can score the Formica along your straight edge. Just be careful not to slip on your top. And rounded corner. Should snap right off. There we go. Drop right in, I hope. Oh, snug as a bug in a rug. So there we go. Finished countertop renovation. Whoop, sorry, wrong way. I got a lot of cleanup and vacuuming to do, and what I'll do is make some little wedges in case this isn't tight, but it is. I'll fill that joint with caulk and then shave it off nice. We got our brand new sink, Glacier Bay stuff from Home Depot. By the way, 159 bucks, and it came with a Glacier Bay faucet. I'm sure they're not great, but you know, it's a faucet. So the edges all look good except for right down here. I must have pushed in on it or something. We got a little dark edge. I'll file this off, clean it really good, and they make this liquid acrylic stuff you just put on there. Shave it off, you'll never be able to see it. So, and chances are, whoever buys this house is gonna gut this whole kitchen and put all new cabinets and countertop, probably marble or granite's super popular still, and they'll rip it out anyhow. So at least it looks good when they walk in the kitchen, know what I mean? Thanks for following along, and if you want to see how I install the kitchen, that's another YouTube video. I ain't doing it. There's just little clips. You should lay it in a bed of caulk just in case there is a little water getting under it. Put a bead of caulk underneath it before you drop it, and then call her good. Play nice.